What do you call a cow's mustache? A moo-stache. What's going on, YouTube? Today we are back inside our Tuesday vendor, but we are also going to go over a beautiful weekly farm that you can do for quite a bit of money. But let's start off with Filer Ool because, as always, he is the riskiest vendor of all of our weekly vendors that we cover because he has things that could save you tens of hours of grinding, or he could have garbage. So where does he fall this week? Admittedly, more towards the garbage side because we start off with the blending broomstick. Now, this is a lead that you literally just pick up off the ground right here. So, if you had ever suggested to me, Jake, should I spend 5,000 archival fortunes to save myself about 10 seconds of teleporting? I would say probably not. That's probably not a good use of your resources, and I think that things that can be picked up in the overworld should not be in the pool of items that you can get, but unfortunately, we have one of those. The second thing actually comes from an item that we all farmed recently together, and that is the Shadow Queen's Cow. Now, this item is admittedly a little bit more difficult because you have to actually kill Westweld bosses, and that actually took me a decent amount of time to get through the leads. It actually took me about 45 minutes. 45 minutes, you're probably not going to net 5,000 archival fortunes. I probably honestly had also some pretty bad luck doing that, so I would say it's probably not a good use of your resources, but, at least we did get this mythic recently, and at least it's not something you just pick up off the ground for free. Then we have Grothar's Shoulder, and this again is going to be bound to you, so the resources that you're saving from this are, you don't have to go buy or grind this style page. Is this worth it? Not really, no. This is usually about 70 to 100,000 gold on console, probably about 2 to 300,000 gold on PC. You're not saving yourself that much money, and unfortunately, it really doesn't look anything special. It's just kind of like, hey, Freddy Krueger's hands, we're just going to throw that on your shoulder. I mean, I guess if you wanted to make like a Wolverine, type thing, but except Wolverine's claws came out of your shoulder, maybe then, but honestly, skip this. Stros Mackay treasure maps are unique because you are getting some really good sets from there, getting yourself access to things like the trainee set pieces. Overall, do I think that that's going to be worth 2,000 archival fortunes? I honestly think that there's just so many better DLC zones. There's better ways to convert using the alchemy bags. I would say if you're trying to make gold, Stros Mackay is not it, but if you find Stros Mackay treasure maps, they're not worthless, and they definitely make you go, could it be? But it does fall short. Medium companion gear, if you really want to roll for that DPS gear. However, I would just warn you that DPS companion gear is not as expensive as its healing and tanking counterparts, usually. So you could probably better invest your resources and then just outright buy those pieces. I think unless you're rolling for tanking and healing gear, you're probably not even gambling on saving yourself a lot of gold. And unless there's some new companion game mode where, Bastion races Isabel in like a 100-meter dash, and the companion gear that they're using determines that, or maybe the new Q4 update is a 1v1 where I pit your companion against my companion and it turns into a Pokemon battle where we each have 4 moves, a speed stat. Unless that they start really going crazy with companions, I really don't think that you should invest a crazy amount in making them overpowered because realistically, what's the best thing that you're going to do with them? And the answer is kill world bosses and world events, and you're not getting a whole lot of difference. If you invested 1,000,000 gold versus 100,000 gold, the amount of output difference you get is just not worth that gold, value difference, in my opinion, but those are my thoughts. And if you buy an archival fragment that gives you access to a deck, I will slap you with a pool noodle. All you need to do to get this piece for 7,000 archival fortunes is complete volcanic vents, High Isle. Do not buy this. Don't even consider buying this. Don't even look at it. And honestly, these books do look admittedly kind of cool, especially this one up top here, but overall, I would just advise against any buying of books for archival fortunes. Now, here's where we get to some interesting stuff here, because now we've got the protection script, we've got the disease script, and we've got the assassin's misery script. However, the interesting thing about these bad boys is that you can actually get these very quickly. If I've learned anything from Mid-Year Mayhem, it's that they were just going to throw scripts at you, and unless you need a script immediately for something. So when we were talking about Mid-Year Mayhem, there was the Flame script was available. And truth be told, the Flame script is pretty essential for certain PvP builds, and I said if you are using a specific PvP build and you want to have it ready to go, buy it then. But for these ones, I don't see an immediate need to get any of these because you probably got them just participating in Mid-Year Mayhem. And if you didn't, you probably don't need to use them right away. And then we finish on 2 fragments, one of which you're going to get by farming the archival, Infinite Archive. And the second one you can get probably for a few thousand gold. It is from a public dungeon. Any public dungeon fragment is generally very cheap on the open market. And if it's not decently cheap, the first fragment that you get per day, you have super increased odds of. So if you were to just go to any of these public dungeons, get 1 fragment a day, you're getting your most time invested / reward at the highest equilibrium that you can possibly get, because you're kind of cheesing the mechanics of you get 1 really good chance to get 1 per day. Once you've done that, your odds decrease. So if you just farm every major public dungeon per day, you can get these pieces and you can actually make a decent amount of gold. So don't spend your archival fortunes. Check out my fragment farming video if you would rather do that, because it's a very viable gold method for you to do. Now, when it comes to buying script with gold, the equation changes a little bit, because now you can buy something like Brittle, which normally only drops from Undaunted quests, which can be, a bit hit or miss if you're actually going to get these types of rewards. I would say 20,000 gold, I'm going to do right now. Grab yourself some Brittle. It's just worth it. Now, you also have this really good signature script, Gladiator's Tenacity. Also going to buy it right now. It's a good script. Gives you a nice damage reduction on some things. As far as these other ones, Heroism is decent as well. Definitely going to grab Heroism. I believe Gladiator's Tenacity and Heroism normally drop from the Fighters Guild, which can be a bit hit or miss if you're going to get them. If you don't have 8,000 knockbacks, also a good one to grab. But I believe that one you can get pretty easily throughout the Rewards of the Worthy, so you probably do have that one. If you're limited on cash, I would say Gladiator's Tenacity is pretty good if you're focusing on, tanking type content, PvP type content. Brittle is something that I think it could be weaved into a lot more versatile things for 20,000 gold. I would encourage you to try to grab both just because I think both are pretty good. But overall, those are my thoughts on this second vendor for us. And let's talk now about how you guys can make a lot of money during this event. And that is because for 5 more days from the time this video is released, you guys will be able to farm Valken Scoria from City of Ash 2. This is one of the coolest looking styles that you can get. Now, a lot of people get confused because they see it in the Crown Store and they think, I gotta buy this outright. This actually associates to something that you can farm. Let's talk about it. And so let us break down what is on the ESO website for us regarding this, because this is a pretty confusing concept when it comes to people. So we're going to break it down right as ZeniMax describes it. So from August 5th through the 12th at 10 a.m., you're going to be able to farm Valken Scoria. The mask page will have a small chance to drop from Valken Scoria from Veteran City of Ash 2. So this sentence is very important because they say Veteran City of Ash 2, which means no City of Ash 1, and it means no farming on normal. Some people think that you have a small chance to get it on normal difficulty. You do not. Also, it drops from Valken Scoria, who is the final boss. So you have to kill the final boss to have a chance to get this mask page. Again, this is a page. I'll show you what it looks like here in a bit. Also, the matching shoulder page can be purchased from Gilron the Redhead, Redbeard, rather, for 50 Undaunted keys, or has a chance to drop from his mystery coffer for 1 key. Always roll for the 1 coffer. It's going to help fill out your shoulders. It's going to give you a better chance to get some other items that drop from there. And again, I will show you his inventory here in a bit. Now, here's the really confusing part for a lot of people. Having the achievement, A World on Fire, increases the drop chances for both of these items. This is what confuses people. The World on Fire achievement comes specifically from clearing this veteran dungeon on its hard mode. So that a lot of people think, Jake, do I have to farm this every single time on hard mode? No. It's only having this achievement previously. Now, because you can get them concurrently, you can get the achievement and then have those increased odds on that specific run you are completing the hard mode. Let's say you don't have it already. You are gaining those odds, but you are not increasing your odds anymore by doing it on hard mode. Once you have this achievement, you have the achievement, you are done, you've increased your odds. And this is a very profitable style page for you guys to farm. And this right here is exactly how it will appear in your inventory if you get it. It'll be a gold style page that appears exactly how it does in this left column. You can see the prices right now, even though it's been farmable for 2 days, are still in the multi-millions. This is one of the most sought after monster masks in the game. It looks exactly like Valken Scoria does. For the person that we literally just looked at, it looks just like him. It's got the flaming helmet, the flaming shoulder. And you can see here we have Gilran the Redbeard, and he is going to have access, as you can see, to spending 50 Undaunted keys to get this outright. But you can see here too, he sells this mysterious coffer, which gives you a chance at ornate equipment, mercenary motifs, chapters, jewelry with the harmony trait, and more. Guess what? The and more is any collectible that you see above. So for example, if this was not here, you do not have a chance to get it. So you only have a chance to get this and more item, which is the Valken Scoria shoulder, very sought after shoulder, right meow. And this is a beautiful one that I encourage people to roll for because it does have good resale value just because it's cool. A lot of economic value is determined based on how cool something is because let's be realistic, people want to wear cool looking monster styles, they want to wear cool looking monster masks, so those are going to be the more valuable ones. And just to hit home the point, you can see here, you cannot buy it from Erdalurk, you can only buy it from Mr. Redbeard over there. If you were to purchase these mysterious coffers, yes, you would have a chance to get these shoulders, but you would not have a chance to get that style page. The reason that I encourage you guys to get the mystery coffers, however, is the mercenary motifs that you guys see on screen here are also fairly valuable, as well as selling jewelry with the harmony trait is also a little bit of chump change that you guys can earn with your Undaunted keys, even if you're not getting that nice shoulder. I will note, too, that you will have the ability during the Undaunted Celebration event to also get tons of really nice shoulders as well. Valken Scoria probably will be more valuable than those shoulders in the long run, but I will note that your odds of getting one of those lesser ones is still higher because there's going to be more of them available. These vendors may have 2 or 3 or more shoulders that you're rolling for versus just the one. So I wanted to let you guys know that if you wanted to have a better guaranteed chance with your Undaunted keys, you may want to wait until the Undaunted Celebration event, which is the next event. We don't have a date for it just yet, but it is upcoming. So just keep all that information in mind because that's what we do with these videos. We provide information. What you do with your archival fortunes, what you do with your gold, your Undaunted keys is up to you, but we want to make sure that you have the information. If you buy a deck fragment, though, it's on site. I will kill you. But everyone, thank you guys so much again for watching. I always love to give you guys this information. This video has been a little bit longer because I combined a monster set farming as well as our Tuesday vendor, so I hope you guys are not too crazy at me. But I wanted to thank you guys again for the recent support on stream. We'll be streaming again on Thursday. Tomorrow will be the much anticipated Archival Fortunes to Gold video because a lot of you guys have been hyping up these alchemy bags. So we're going to break it down as from a console perspective as well as a PC perspective. And overall, just thank you guys again. As always, we're doing our 3 giveaway drawings. All you need to do is leave a comment in the comments below. Just try not to get it removed by YouTube's algorithm. If you don't mind telling me, I plan to do a big subathon, either a 12 or 24-hour continuous live stream, and I want ideas for what you would like to see me do during that time period. We could do games with subscribers, we could do challenge runs, we could do all sorts of things. I just want to know what you guys think what comes to mind of what you would want to see. Second thing is just be subscribed, and for an additional entry, both follow on Twitch and Twitter. And the third thing is look for a hidden word to be flashed upon the screen. Last month, it was Silly Goose, and it was won by Texas Chainsaw, so keep an eye out for that hidden word, because there's one every single month, sometimes multiple every single month, to really shoehorn them in there. So thank you guys so much again. Have a great Tuesday, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye, guys.
You better remember to like and subscribe to Jakeclips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.